I just want to say we're so passionate about classic movies.
We're going to expand the conversation.
You can see the passion that's in this room.
It's thrilling to the core.
Put a new spin on some vintage films.
It's classic movies and more.
And can you tell us a couple of stories about Joan Blondell and your experiences
Oh,
with
Joan
her?
was wonderful. As I stated before, without knowing Joan's Hollywood history, she would come marching up the driveway in her, she would park her fabulous, bright, fire engine red station wagon in the driveway. And it was, I had never seen anything like that. I mean, you could see it miles away, so I just loved the car. And she would take the pugs, Bridie and Freshie, out of the car, walk them up the driveway, and I would be in heaven because I loved dogs more than I loved anything. So here was Joan, here were the dogs, and I just had a wonderful time. Joan was warm and funny and loving, and I could play with her, I could sit on her lap, and nothing perturbed her, at least not when she was visiting us. And Dot used to send Joan out sometimes when she wanted to have a get-together, and if Joan was there, Dot wanted to get food. And I can remember going shopping with Joan to places like Cantor's Deli. And she would let me do things that, for instance, my grandmother wouldn't let me do. I would love to stick my nose up against the glass of the deli counter and to look at the stuff. And Grandma would never let me do that. You know, you'll get nose prints, you'll get fingerprints, don't do it. And I'd be, so when I was Joan, anything went. I could stick my nose on the thing and put nose prints all over the window, and she just thought it was cool. So she was just a lot of fun to be around, and I loved going to visit her at her house. Staying overnight with her, which I did several times. There was one episode I do remember that I got in trouble with Joan, but what the heck. It was when she was starring in Here Come the Brides, and I was spending, I would go visit her on the set, and I would spend time with her at her house. And we were out shopping one day, food shopping, and lo and behold, there was Joan on the front of TV Guide. Now Joan, being of the old school and had been in a major figure in Hollywood since the 30s, this was nothing new to her. It didn't impress her, it impressed the hell out of me. I was about 16 at the time. And I'm going, Joan, look, and she's going, shh, just leave it alone. Okay. She didn't want any fuss made. So when Joan crossed to the other side of the store, little stinker that I am, I picked up the TV Guide and I'm going in a stage whisper, look, Joan, you're on the cover of TV Guide this week. Well, all hell broke loose, right? Back then, of course, the TV show was well known. In that era, there were still enough older people that certainly knew who Joan Blondell was and the movies she had been, married to Dick Powell, Mike Todd, the whole history. There was a run on Joan Blondell. There were people surrounding her, wanting her autograph. I'm grinning from ear to ear. She's about 30 feet away, looking over the heads of all these people. Daggers, shooting daggers at me. And I'm going, uh-oh, am I going to get it? But I didn't care. I thought it was amazing. So I got home later on. In fact, I think my visit with her that evening was cut short. She said, come and get her. So my dad came and got me, and I got an earful when I got home. Dot let me have it.
Oh my gosh.
When Joan tells you not to do it, don't.